Hello there. Some of you may be sitting in the middle of summer or winter with your Fujitsu Ducted Aircon and wondering what the hell, why doesn't it hold the temperature that you set on the remote control? You see over here it is set to 20 degrees, and for the last few years I was wondering why doesn't it hold 20 degrees in the house when I set to 20 sometimes it will cool down to 18 or even below until it stops, then waits a little bit and then cools it down again. And the same with heating, you set 20 but then it starts blowing really hot air and heats it up to 25 and doesn't really hold it where you want, or it's like plus minus 5 degrees Celsius, which is ridiculous. So after some investigation, it turned out that these kind of air cons, they usually have two temperature sensors to take the information about the current room temperature from. So the one that is set up by default is actually located somewhere inside the intake air tubing, so probably closer to the roof. So it's probably closer to the actual air conditioner, which is sitting somewhere in the roof. And obviously in the roof it becomes really hot during the day and really cold during the night, and it does not represent the temperature in the house at all. But maybe it works for some commercial applications, I don't really know. Or obviously if aircon is on all the time with the fan, then when it's pumping the air through the system, then temperature sensor in the roof will probably be showing more or less good values, but then you're wasting electricity if you're pumping the air through the aircon all the time. So this one is on by default, and this is how the installers of the aircon in my house did it. They didn't touch anything, they just left that temperature sensor enabled, and it was like 15 years ago when this house was built, and the previous owners didn't worry about that too much. Then I started reading. And while reading, not actually reading, I've started looking at things and then see these holes on the top. And obviously, if you look close enough, in there is something that resembles me of a temperature sensor element, just a normal one that you can buy of the electronics parts store, just a resistor that changes its value resistance based on the temperature. So it made me think, hey, what the heck, probably there is a way to get the temperature of this unit rather than one on the roof. Well, it turns out, yes, there is a way to do that, but Fujitsu will not disclose it. You have to invite the technician that will come and pre-program your unit, which sounds like ridiculous, stupid. Who the hell does it? And obviously, if you read the forums online, there are ways how people do it by themselves, so learn it from technicians. And I've actually learned it by myself, and to do it in two ways. Basically, these units, these wall control units, usually will come in two slightly different types. So the one that you see in front of me is, I think it is slightly more advanced because it has more buttons, especially on here. But there are other units where these buttons, like energy save and temperature, Thermo Sensor, their functions are duplicated. So one button does two things, for example. So with this unit, I didn't find in manual how to enable this temperature sensor to work. However, while pressing just a bunch of buttons worked for me eventually, and it turns out you have to enable Thermo Sensor function, which seems really straightforward, like you press a button and it should work straight away. However, that's not the case with Fujitsu. So this button initially was not working. When pressing this button, I could see a sign, like a key sign, this one. It was flashing on the display, And basically what it means that the function of the button is not available. And I pressed it a couple of times. I figured out, well, if it's flashing here, then the function is not available, it won't work. However, being really curious, I decided, what if I hold this button for, say, a few seconds? And voila, after a few seconds, the key sign disappeared and I was able to press the button again and enable the Thermo Sensor. So this icon popped up. And now what happens is my Aircon is reading the temperature from here, which is the unit inside the house. That's exactly what I want. And holding a very precisely temperature that I want to be set in the house. So you can see right now, well, it's obviously different temperature sensors. They may have different values, but it's set to 20. It's now 19 in the house. And I think that within the next 5 to 10 minutes, the aircon will turn on and heat it up to 20 and then will turn off for another hour or so because it's getting warm outside. So that's just a friendly tip for you. If you don't know why this thing is not working as you want it to, give it a try. Open this lid, press and hold Thermo Sensor button for a few seconds and see what happens. You may as well get lucky as I am, get this key sign disappeared and your Thermo Sensor function, which reads the temperature from here rather than the top unit in the roof, will work, and you'll be lucky as I am. There is another option that I read online which involves using these buttons, I think, to change the configuration of the unit, and there is a configuration set number 41, I think, that where you have to change the value from 0 to 1. It didn't work on my unit, but maybe it will work on yours, and I'll record a separate video to show you how to do that. All right, good luck with that. Write me in the comments what you have done, if it worked for you or if you had some issues. I'll be really glad to hear some feedback. If you think that I have described something incorrectly, please don't hesitate and write me in the comments as well. I'll update this video for sure so that other people know what is the right thing to do. Okay, cool. Good luck everyone. Bye.